Welcome back to Easy English Talk. I'm host Jason, and I'm here with my co-host Sarah. Today, we're excited to talk about something every English learner wonders about, the best ways to learn English.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Learning English might feel challenging at times, but with the right strategies, anyone can make progress and feel more confident. So, if you're just starting out, or you've been learning for a while and want to improve, this episode is for you.
Exactly. Now, Sarah, a lot of beginners feel overwhelmed when they start learning English. There's so much to learn: vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, and on top of that, they often don't know where to begin. But don't worry, we're here to help you find a clear path forward.
Yes. And remember, learning a new language doesn't have to be perfect or super fast. It's all about taking one step at a time and finding methods that work best for you. Today, we're going to talk about different ways to build a strong foundation, use immersion techniques, stay consistent, and find the best resources. Whether you're a beginner or just looking for new ideas, these tips can help.
We'll also be sharing some simple, practical ways to learn English in your everyday life, even if you're busy. So if you've ever wondered how to practice English effectively, stay tuned because we have a lot of helpful advice coming up.
Yes, we do. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming episodes. Now, let's get into our first tip for learning English: building a strong foundation.
All right, let's dive into our first section, building a foundation. For any language, especially English, having a solid foundation is essential. It's like building a house. You want to make sure the base is strong, or else everything you add on top might not hold up as well. So, Sarah, what do you think are some good first steps for beginners?
Great question, Jason. When starting out, the basics are the most important. If you're new to English, start with learning simple, everyday words and phrases that you can use right away. These don't have to be complicated. For example, common greetings like "Hello," "How are you?" or "Thank you" are great places to start. Once you're comfortable with those, you can gradually build on your vocabulary.
Yes, and learning new words doesn't have to be overwhelming. Try learning just a few words each day. For example, pick 5 words that are useful for your daily life and practice them. Even if it seems like a small step, these small, consistent efforts add up. You'll find that over time, you know a lot more than you thought you would.
Absolutely. Another key point is grammar. But here's the thing: don't feel pressured to know every grammar rule right away. Many beginners feel that they need to memorize all the rules before they can speak. But it's actually more effective to focus on the basics, like simple present, past, and future tenses, and use them in everyday sentences. Grammar is important, but you'll pick up more naturally as you keep practicing.
Exactly. You don't need to be perfect, and it's okay to make mistakes. In fact, making mistakes is part of learning. The more you practice, the better you'll get. And one of the best ways to practice is by using what you've learned in real situations. For example, if you're learning greetings, try using them when you meet people, or even practice with a friend.
Yes, practicing with someone else can really make a difference. Find a friend, family member, or even an online language partner who can help you practice speaking. And remember, it doesn't have to be a native speaker. Just practicing with someone who understands a bit of English can help you build confidence and improve.
Good point, Sarah. Also, using tools like flashcards can be helpful. There are many apps out there where you can create flashcards for new words. You can also write down phrases that you find useful and review them each day. Repetition helps you remember and really make those words and phrases part of your foundation.
That's right, Jason. And one more tip for beginners: don't forget listening practice. Listening to English in small, manageable pieces is a great way to reinforce what you've learned. Start with something simple, like a basic English podcast or a children's story. These resources use simpler language and slower speech, so it's easier for beginners to understand and follow along.
Absolutely. Listening helps you get used to the sounds and rhythm of English. You'll also start to recognize words and phrases you've learned, which can boost your confidence. So to sum up this section, when you're building a foundation in English, start with basic words, phrases, and grammar. Practice with a friend or partner, use flashcards, and try to listen to simple English content every day.
And remember, it's a journey, so take it step by step. Don't rush, and don't feel frustrated if you don't see progress right away. With regular practice, you'll start building that foundation, and soon enough, you'll feel ready to move on to more advanced learning techniques.
Now that we've talked about building a foundation, let's move on to immersive learning techniques. Sarah, immersion is one of the most effective ways to learn a language, right?
Absolutely, Jason. Immersion means surrounding yourself with the language as much as possible. Even if you're not in an English-speaking country, you can still create an immersive experience. For example, try listening to English podcasts, watching English movies or TV shows with subtitles, or even listening to English music. This helps you hear how words are used naturally.
That's a great tip. Watching shows with subtitles, especially ones made for beginners, can help you connect the sounds with the words. It's also a great way to pick up pronunciation and common expressions. And don't worry about understanding every word. Just try to get the general meaning.
Exactly. Another technique is to speak English regularly, even if you only know a little. Find a language partner, join online groups, or practice by talking to yourself. Saying words and sentences out loud can boost your confidence and help you remember better.
Yes, and if you have a friend who speaks English, practice with them. The more you use English in real situations, the more natural it will feel. Immersion helps you start thinking in English instead of translating everything in your head.
So, remember, try to immerse yourself daily. Even small steps, like changing your phone's language to English, can make a difference. These immersive practices help make English part of your everyday life.
All right, let's move on to something that can really keep you motivated. Setting goals and staying consistent. Sarah, why do you think goal setting is so important for English learners?
Well, Jason, having clear, achievable goals gives learners something specific to work toward. It helps them track progress and stay focused. For beginners, it's best to start small. Instead of aiming to be fluent right away, set goals like learn 5 new words a day or practice speaking for 10 minutes daily.
Exactly. When you start with smaller, manageable goals, you're less likely to feel overwhelmed and you'll see steady progress. Consistency is key here. Even a few minutes every day can add up over time, and it's better than studying for hours once a week.
Yes, and consistency builds good habits. Try creating a routine. Maybe you listen to a podcast in the morning or review vocabulary before bed. When you make learning part of your daily life, it feels less like a chore and more like a natural habit.
Another tip is to track your progress. Write down what you've learned each week or celebrate small wins. This keeps you motivated and reminds you how far you've come.
Absolutely. Setting goals, staying consistent, and tracking your progress are powerful ways to improve over time. Remember, it's not a race. Small steps lead to big improvements.
Now let's talk about using technology and resources to learn English. There are so many tools available these days that can really help beginners. Sarah, do you have any favorites?
Definitely, Jason. Language apps like Duolingo, Memrise, or Babel are great for beginners because they make learning fun and interactive. These apps offer short exercises in vocabulary, grammar, and listening, so you can learn anytime, anywhere.
Absolutely. And YouTube is another fantastic resource. There are countless channels dedicated to English learning with videos on pronunciation, everyday conversations, and even live practice sessions. You can watch these at your own pace and choose topics that interest you.
That's right. YouTube is perfect for visual learners, and podcasts are great for listening practice. There are many beginner-friendly podcasts that focus on simple conversations and basic vocabulary, which is ideal for getting used to the sounds and rhythm of English.
And let's not forget online dictionaries and translators. Tools like Google Translate or Cambridge Dictionary offer audio pronunciation, example sentences, and even translation help. These are excellent for quickly checking a word's meaning or pronunciation.
Exactly! Using these tools daily makes learning more accessible. Just remember to choose resources that match your level so you don't feel overwhelmed. Technology gives you endless options. Use what works best for you.
All right, we're at the end of our podcast. We've covered some of the best ways to learn English, from building a strong foundation and using immersion techniques to setting achievable goals and using technology. Sarah, what's one final piece of advice you'd give to our listeners?
I'd say, remember that learning a language is a journey. It's normal to feel challenged or even frustrated sometimes, but every bit of practice you put in helps. Take it one day at a time and don't rush yourself. Progress might feel slow, but consistency is key. Small steps every day lead to big improvements.
Absolutely, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are a natural part of learning and a sign that you're trying. Whether you're practicing with a friend, using apps, or watching videos, every experience counts. Just keep going, and soon you'll see how much you've grown.
Yes. And remember, you're not alone in this. There's a whole community of learners out there. Share your experiences, ask questions, and even join language groups if you can. Having others to support and motivate you can make a big difference.
So, keep practicing, stay consistent, and be patient with yourself. You've already taken a big step by choosing to learn English, and we're here to help you every step of the way.
Thanks for listening. We hope these tips help you feel more confident in your learning journey. And don't forget to subscribe for more English learning content. See you in the next episode.